good setup episodes need more credit. What happens in this episode between the teases and little details I'll get into have me so hyped for episode 9, it's crazy. Coming off of last week, we are all well aware Jinwoo needs to get stronger to get the elixir of life. He needed everything in his arsenal to survive a B-rank monster. Thank you viewers for the correction last video. And now it's time to grind. And while it's logical for him to change his mind and decide to take up Jinho's offer, it's not one I saw coming. I was nervous about what was going to happen there before, and after seeing Jinho's father trying to poach other guilds' talent, that feeling has not subsided. Especially since Jinho's father seems to be doing it for profit and power, and this dynamic is definitely going to be one to watch going forward because it has far-reaching implications. That takes us to probably my favorite part of the episode, and the best setup we get. There is an emergency request for the hunters to work a D-rank gate. We obviously see Jinwoo get this request, but also Mr. Song, Joohee, and Songshik. We're teasing a reunion from the original dungeon. I cannot wait to see how they all react to the new Jinwoo. This is why I'm hyped. And as hyped as I am to see that, the way this part is handled shows why this show has depth. Every one of them has clear but different reasons for partaking. For Jinwoo, it's to gain strength. For Songshik, it's money. And now we actually see the family he abandoned Jinwoo to protect, and how he needs to provide for them. For Mr. Song, it's to give back, which they emphasize by literally setting him in a dojo, assisting others. There's also this hint that yeah, he's moved on, but he can't walk away, which is a little detail that adds a lot. And then finally Joohee, she's been hiding away in her room, but she doesn't want to be a coward or quitter anymore, and that's her motivation for going. All of these characters are more relatable for these scenes, and only gets me more invested in what's going to happen next. S-Ranks, Yoonho, and Jong-in meet up, and guess what? More setup in depth. Jong-in relates a past failure on the island of Jeju-Waimut, and you can see it's eating at him. He's putting together a team to clear it once and for all, which I assume ties us back to the first scene of the show. He bluntly states Yoonho left something there, and we get a flashback of him leaving 2 friends to die. We now have reasons to care about these guys outside of being potential foils for Jinwoo. It sounds like Jeju-Waimut is the real deal. I imagine that's going to be a major battle in the future, and one I am very much looking forward to seeing, especially if it's full of S-rank hunters. We get a random scene of someone I don't recognize asking others I don't recognize to kill someone. That's obviously laying more groundwork for the future. Also, I'm proud of Gina for being concerned about Jinwoo and asking about his gear when going on the raid. She's come a long way towards getting over his near death after about 5 seconds. They don't get a ton of time together, but I do always enjoy their interactions in this show. And it's here, the reunion between Mr. Song and Jinwoo, and Joohee and the other survivors. It's so great to see them all interact again, and it's going to be so sick when they see what he's capable of now. I cannot wait for the next episode. For now, Songshik not being able to look the 2 people he betrayed in the eye, that was a nice touch, and I think that's going to be explored more in the dungeon. 3 criminals and a supervisor are added to the group, and I can't help but think that's going to be related to the random murder request from earlier. And it's kinda sus that it's only the survivors from the one dungeon and then 3 criminals. I also really liked Mr. Song getting another opportunity to lead the survivors. I thought that was a pretty wholesome moment, watching him express his guilt from the last raid, but also his appreciation for Jinwoo was powerful stuff. Hopefully we see something similar from Songshik. Yeah. This was a great episode. I love how things constantly pay off and then also get set up. We had a reunion payoff from episode 2, and then get immediate setups for the next episode regarding the survivor seeing Jinwoo in action, and the threat of the 3 criminals, while also adding long-term setups for Jeju and Jinho's father ruffling some feathers. I cannot wait for episode 9.